The next session that you're about to see is with a client by the name of Simon who has a fear of heights. So initially Simon comes to the session and we're safe in an apartment building, but there's a balcony right next to us, and you'll see that we start the session in a safe place, which I would always encourage you to do if you're working with a client that has a very strong fear of something. So the process of EFT is to really keep the client safe and let them decide when they're ready to proceed with slowly moving into challenging that fear or releasing that fear with EFT. So we start in a room where it's safe, and we uncover that there's a couple of things that have happened for Simon previously, including some footage from 9/11 that he's seen, and someone that had committed suicide before, and some friends and his sister that used to kind of tease him about maybe pushing him off the balcony. What we also uncover is that it's not necessarily just the fear of heights, but rather the fear of someone pushing him or him falling off the balcony, and from that we discover that there's a real genuine fear of dying. And it's important, of course, to tap on all those different aspects. And we tapped on the idea first of going to the door before I even asked him to do that, and that's really important so that your client feels safe as well. And the second half of the session, you'll see that we're actually out on the balcony, which is a huge step for him, and we tap on all the different aspects, a sensation that he has pulling him back, sensation that he gets in his leg and not being able to trust because someone could throw him, even his EFT therapist. But what you'll probably enjoy most of the session is the apex effect that happens, where he can make a comment that feels very true for him, that someone might throw him, and then afterwards, a couple of rounds after EFT, he says, well, that sounds kind of strange, that's ridiculous, that wouldn't happen. So Simon, by the end of the hour session, is on the balcony enjoying the view. So I hope you learn a lot from watching the session. Hi, Simon. Thanks so much for coming today for your EFT session. So I understand that you have some discomfort that arises when you think about being on a balcony, and there's a fear of heights that you'd like to work on.
Yeah. I'm not very comfortable with being on balconies, or really kind of boils down to being in a position where I could fall from a high place. So inside hotel rooms that are high, or apartment buildings in front of a window, that's fine for me. I don't have any issues with that. But where I could be in a position where I could actually fall, I get very anxious.
Okay. So the fear is actually quite specific, and we'd actually call it a fear of heights, but it's not really the fear of heights, it's more the fear of falling, right?
Yeah, I think that would probably be more accurate to say, yeah.
Because you can be in a high building, but as long as it's closed in, you're good. If it's open though, if it's open air, then it's... Yeah.
Even when it's enclosed, sometimes I'll just tap on the glass and see how thick it might be. Just
to make sure.
So I could... Yeah, it's weird, but
yeah. Okay, so it's not necessarily the fear, it's fear of falling, a fear of...
Yeah, like losing control of having my ability to kind of stop myself from falling over the edge or something that way. So, yeah.
How would it be, just so I understand the fear, how would it be possible for you to fall over a balcony?
When I'm alone, I find that my knees feel weak, and my body almost like wants to pull down to the ground, just to have a lower center of gravity, just to kind of get away from the ledge. But I think what I get nervous about is if there's somebody there or something that I could maybe trip over or be bumped, or like someone could joke that we're going to push you over, like the anxiety level just goes like
increases
through the roof. Yeah.
So the fear is more that someone will actually push you off the balcony, more so, or something could
cause me to go over.
Something could cause you to go over.
Naturally, you think that what that might be is going to be more associated with a person than maybe tripping, like I said.
Tripping or falling.
But yeah.
Okay. So. And the physical sensations that you get are weak knees and stomach.
Yeah, my knees
butterflies.
feel like like I'm standing on twigs or something, like just really weak, and I don't know. I almost feel like I'm starting to lose balance when I'm up high. It's a weird sensation.
For a lot of people, it's actually when they look out. If they're on a balcony, they look out and they can see the converging lines of a building because it gets more and more narrow as you look down. Sometimes it actually creates an illusion for the brain that you're being pulled, or that you feel like you don't have any, like you said, you feel off balance.
Yeah.
Because when you're up high, that horizon doesn't look like it normally does when we're on the ground. So part of your brain actually perceives it that way. So that's another component that we'll tap on.
Yeah.
So actually right now we're in an apartment, and just over my shoulder here, you can actually see the balcony that we're going to work towards. So we start safely, because with EFT, the idea in the session is never to create so much discomfort for the client. So I want you to be ready to go on the balcony when you're ready to go on the balcony. So, but right now we're safe inside, and we can see the balcony. So I think that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Can you tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 how nervous or anxious you feel just being able to look at the balcony, knowing that we're probably going to move in that direction?
Well, we're on the 8th floor, so I know that we're pretty good height up, but I would say that I'm probably maybe about a 4.
About a 4.
About thinking about...
When you think about going, I got to go on the balcony.
Yeah.
So we'll start with a karate chop point when you're ready. Even though? Is it anxious feeling? Is that what you feel?
Yeah, I feel anxious. My body's kind of
Even though I feel this anxious feeling.
Even though I feel this anxious feeling.
Because I'm going to have to go out on that balcony sometime soon.
So I'm going to have to go out on that balcony sometime soon.
I might not have to. I get to choose to.
And
regardless of the fact that I feel anxious about that. I love and accept myself anyway. Fully and completely. Okay, inner part of the eyebrow, this anxious feeling. Not sure if I want to go on that balcony. This anxious feeling. Under the nose, anxious feeling. Don't want to go on that balcony. Collarbone point. This anxious feeling. Under the arm, don't want to go on that balcony. Karate chop points together. This anxious feeling. I get to choose whether or not I go on that balcony. I get to choose whether or not I feel safe about going on that balcony. Deep full breath in. And out. And go back to just the thought of standing up, opening the door, and heading off onto the balcony. 8th floor. Give me a number.
I'd say maybe gone down a little bit, like just a little bit, like maybe a 3.
It's still like a 3.
Yeah.
Is it anxious, or is it more tension in your body that you observe?
Honestly, it's like tension. I just feel like
Even though I have all this tension in my body. Just thinking about going on that balcony. I was tension in your back.
Yeah.
Back and shoulders. I love and accept myself anyway. I give my body permission to relax. Knowing that I get to choose whether or not I even go on that balcony. This remaining anxious feeling. That's showing up as tension in my body. This tension in my back. This tension in my shoulders. Body's just reacting. To that idea about going on the balcony. All this tension in my back. All this tension in my shoulders. Maybe I can let it go. Allow myself to feel safe. Deep full breath in. Out. Eighth floor. Standing up. Opening the door.
That's fine. I was probably like down to like a 1 or something, and then when you said like standing up, opening the door, and going out, it went from like a 1 back up to like a 2.5 or so.
Okay, even though I don't like the idea of standing up, walking over to that balcony,
because
I know things are going to change when I stand up.
Because I know things are going to change as soon as I stand up.
And walk on that balcony.
And walk on that balcony.
Regardless of that.
Regardless of that.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Fully and completely.
Fully and completely.
I give my body permission.
I give my body permission.
To feel safe.
To feel safe.
About standing up.
About standing up.
And walking over to that door.
And walking over to that door.
This remaining anxious feeling.
This remaining anxious feeling.
About standing up.
About standing up.
Walking over to that door.
Walking over to that door.
Walking over to that balcony.
Walking over to that balcony.
Walking over to that door.
Walking over to that door.
Out onto the balcony.
Out on the balcony.
This anxious feeling.
This anxious feeling.
About walking.
About walking.
Over to that door.
Over to that door.
And onto the balcony.
And onto the balcony.
Good. Back of the hand for a minute. Good. Again. We'll just do floor to ceiling eye roll. Good. This anxious feeling.
This anxious feeling.
About walking over to that door.
About walking over to that door.
And onto the balcony. Not moving your head, just your eyes. Over to that balcony.
Over to that balcony.
Good. Release. I can let this anxious feeling go.
I can let this anxious feeling go.
One breath at a time.
One breath at a time.
Good. Deep full breath in. Out. And just imagine, when you're ready, standing up and walking over to the door. It's a nice day out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How much tension in your body?
How do I respond to that?
On a scale of 1 to 10, like when you, because you said you feel like your shoulders tense up and your back tenses up.
Yeah, someone's like grabbing my back muscles and just kind of like.
Don't go.
Wants me to stay low to the ground. Stay low, so I'd be a heavier object to throw over.
That's good. That's okay. Can you give me a number for that feeling?
The tension in my back is probably like a 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's the feeling of going out there isn't so high, but it feels like it's just transferring into manifesting into just like a clenching in my back.
All this clenching in my back.
All this clenching in my back.
Good. All this clenching in my back.
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 Like pulling me.
Like pulling me.
Down closer to the floor.
Down closer to the door.
Close to the door, so that I can be.
So that I can be.
A heavier object.
A heavier object.
This desire to be a heavier object.
This desire to be a heavier, immovable object.
Immovable, and that way I won't ever be thrown.
That way I couldn't be thrown.
Deep full breath in. Tension in your back.
It's actually releasing it.
It's still a 7.
No, it's probably about a 5.
Okay. Even though I still have some of this tension in my back.
Even though I still have some of this tension in my back.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
I give my body permission.
I give my body permission.
To let that tension melt away.
To let that tension melt away.
And maybe begin to perceive.
And maybe begin to perceive.
That balcony is being safe.
That balcony is being safe.
This remaining tension in my back.
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 Remaining tension in my back.
This remaining tension in my back.
Wanting to stay low to the ground.
Wanting to stay low to the ground.
There's no way I could fall off that balcony.
So there's no way I could fall off that balcony.
Wanting to stay low to the ground.
Wanting to stay low to the ground.
So there's no way I'd fall off that balcony.
So there's no way I could fall off the balcony.
Side of the thumb, this remaining tension in my back.
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 Maybe I can let it go.
Maybe I can let it go.
No, I can't. It's not safe.
No, I can't. It's not safe.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Back of the hand. This remaining tension in my back. Floor to ceiling island.
This remaining tension in my back.
This remaining tension in my back.
This remaining tension in my back.
And release. Remaining tension in my back.
Remaining tension in my back.
Maybe I can let it go.
Maybe I can let it go.
Deep, full breath in. How much tension do you have in your back?
Where do we start at? Probably feels like a 1, maybe. Just a little bit. It's still there.
We started at a 7, so that's down to a 1.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the idea of the image of standing up and opening the door?
Yeah.
What's that at?
No, I went up to about a 3.
Okay. Why? What's the next thought?
don't know. I just feel like there's a bit of a little ledge just to go out in the balcony, and it's just like,
it's the ledge.
Watch, don't trip, don't.
Okay, even though I'm afraid of tripping over that ledge.
Even though I'm afraid of tripping over the ledge that goes out to the balcony.
Because there's a step that goes out to that.
There's a step there.
And if I tripped on that step.
You
never know what could happen.
You never know what could happen.
I could fall off the balcony.
I could fall up and over 4 feet of the balcony.
Oh, because the balcony railing is about 4 feet high.
Yeah, because the balcony railing is 4 feet high.
But you never know what could happen.
If it was lower, it would be really bad, but it's pretty high.
It's pretty high. Regardless of that,
I'm
going to love and accept myself. Fully and completely. All these feelings that I feel. I'm just going to let them be there. And the idea and the image of walking off that step. Maybe tripping and falling. This fear. This fear of tripping over that step. I could fall off the balcony. This fear of tripping over that step. I might trip over that step. Never know what could happen. It's not really safe. I could fall off the balcony. Back of the hand. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Look down hard to the right. Down hard to the left. Biggest circle you can find. Gorgeous. Other direction. Hum happy birthday together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Floor to ceiling eye roll. This fear that'll trip over that step. This fear might fall off the balcony. This fear tripping over that step. I can maybe let that fear go. I can choose to let that fear go. Deep flow breath in. And then think about opening the door and taking that one step onto the balcony. What's your next thought?
It's not so bad when I look at the height of the railing. I mean, it doesn't really concern me that much.
Remaining fears? Are there 1.5?
Yeah, I'm not really worried with the step. No.
Oh, okay.
I think we could probably get through the door and get over that step and get out there. So.
And something else. Where did this fear start for you? Is there anything that might be underlying it? Is there anything that?
I think there was probably a lot of movies that I might have watched when I was younger. You know, you always see those movies where someone goes over a balcony or someone's hung over a balcony or something like that.
By their feet or something.
And yeah, by their feet. And I think that I was able to feel the same fear that person might have.
Have you ever fallen off a balcony yourself?
No, I've never fallen off of a balcony myself. I've never even fallen off a ladder or anything. When I was in university, I was living in an apartment building, and we were on the 2nd floor for a reason, because that threshold didn't pose any problems for me. But while I was living in that building, somebody actually committed suicide and jumped off of, the 13th floor and landed outside my 2nd floor.
Did you see it happen?
I didn't see it happen, but I did see the paramedics and stuff working on the guy, and basically doing CPR on him, and it was a waste of time. You could tell, but they have to do it.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of reinforcing. Hey, you fall, impact.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And
what's your emotion around that?
What do you mean?
Was there an anxious feeling as you saw him on the ground? Did you think, oh, that could happen to me? It was sort of reinstalled the fear, maybe.
Well,
strengthened
it
the
was
fear?
more of if you fall, the impact will kill you. I don't worry about jumping off a building purposely on my own, but if I'm on a balcony and there's somebody else there's the anxiety that they could push me over or something like that, or I could fall over. And you asked me the question, where could I go back to think about that? And I think maybe just being younger and maybe having a little bit of a fear of heights, and then maybe you're buddies or your friends, knowing that you have a bit of a fear of heights, and young guys, as we do, we tease each other, and I think they were probably, I'm going to push you, or grab my leg or grab my feet, or.
And that would just increase the anxiety to the roof.
Just and it would depend on how high I was, or something like that, or what type of environment it is. I mean, it's mostly balconies. Like if I'm jumping off of a cliff ledge into a lake or something like that, it's usually okay, because the water is not going to kill me, or water won't hurt me. But
can you go back to? Is there a specific memory that you have or that you could access of some of your buddies teasing you, like they're gonna push you? If there's not one specific, we can still tap on it. But how did you feel about them doing that to you?
Just, they weren't very respectful for how I felt about it. But I mean, I understand how guys are and stuff that way. But I mean, and it's not the same anxiety if it's directed at me going over. I feel if they're joking that they're going to jump, gives me the same anxiety. And my sister, she knows that I'm a bit afraid of heights too. So if we're on a balcony, she'll kind of motion
pretend like she's going to jump.
Oh, I'm gonna go, and then it causes a lot of anxiety for me.
So these are all different aspects that we've got to.
Yeah. So it's always surrounded around like balconies. Usually.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
Let's try the sore spot once or twice. Even though those buddies of mine thought it'd be really funny to pretend that they were going to throw me off, and it really just caused me a lot of anxiety. I can love and accept myself anyway. Fully and completely. Give my body permission to relax.
I give my body permission to relax.
To trust and know that they're not here. And there's no one here that's going to push me. So it's safe to relax.
Because you're not going to push me.
Because my EFT therapist isn't going to push me.
No, my therapist isn't going to push me.
This fear. This anxiety I felt. And those buddies of mine. Thought it would be really funny. To pretend they were going to push me. To grab my ankle. Oh, this anxiety. Those buddies of mine. Pretending to push me. Grabbing my ankle. Those buddies of mine. That feeling I got. When they would pretend to push me. Maybe I can let that feeling go. Choose to relax instead. Okay. Close. Open. Down hard right. Down hard left. Big circle. Other way. Good. Floor to ceiling eye roll. This fear. This anxiety. That I would feel. My buddies would pretend to push me. This fear. They pretend to push me. Hated that.
I hated that.
Did you hate it?
I hated that.
Did you hate it?
Yeah.
Stop pretending you're going to push me. I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling. Please stop. Please stop pretending you're going to push me. Please stop grabbing my ankle. Please stop pretending you're going to push me. Okay. Deep full breath in. And then go back to the image of like, I'm going to push you. We didn't scale it before, but could you scale it for me now? You can tell as we were tapping, you were like, is there anger at them? Is there...
No, I think actually what just came up for me was it's a way of basically kind of getting in touch with my own mortality. I mean, I would die if I fell off the balcony. I don't have any other times or things that I do on a daily basis that I feel puts me as close to maybe dying as being on a balcony and falling off.
Right.
Like when I'm in my car.
Like if you died in a car accident tomorrow.
I could, like in an instant, but I don't think about that because.
But it's really the fear of if they push me, I could die.
Yeah,
If they push me, I could die.
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 If they push me, I could fall off the balcony.
If they push me, I could fall off the balcony.
I'd land on the ground.
I'd land on the ground.
And I would die.
And I would die. That would suck.
And that would suck.
And that would really suck.
This fear I could die.
This fear I could die.
If I go off that balcony.
If I go off that balcony.
And I land on the ground.
Land on the ground.
That's it, it's over.
That's it, that's over. Big puddle of cyanide.
Big puddle of cyanide.
Big puddle of cyanide.
We're going to do a gamut point right here.
Okay.
We're going to close, open, down hard right, down hard left, big circle, gorgeous, other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This fear could die.
This fear I could die.
This fear I could die.
This fear I could die.
If someone pushes me.
If someone pushes me.
And I go over that balcony.
And I go over that balcony.
I could die.
I could die.
I'm not ready for that.
I'm not ready for that.
I might not ever be ready for that.
I might not ever be ready for that.
But right now I'm definitely not ready for that.
Right now I'm definitely not ready for that.
I wasn't ready for that when my friends pretended to push me.
I wasn't ready for that when my friends pretended to push me.
I wasn't ready for that when my friends grabbed my ankles.
I wasn't ready for that when my friends grabbed my ankles.
Regardless of that.
Regardless of that.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Fully and completely.
Fully and completely.
Maybe I can choose.
Maybe I can choose.
To let this fear go.
To let this fear go.
Okay. Take a breath in. Out. So it's not even the fear of someone pushing. It's not the fear of heights. It's not really the fear of someone pushing you off. It's really the fear of dying.
Yeah, and I remember, on the events of September 11th, watching the footage. It was just so easy to be drawn. It was such a tragic experience that we were watching unfold. And watching when the towers were burning, people above where the planes had gone into the building, like watching the people that were like right on the edge, like hanging out of like 50 stories up, and then some of them jumping, just knowing that you're watching that person like literally seconds before they're gonna die, and just feeling how awful that would be to have to make that decision to.
But you could almost feel it for them.
Well, yeah, because my anxiety and fear of heights was before September 11th, which was 9 years ago. But whenever, even afterwards, I saw the pictures of people flying through the air and stuff like that, or I could specifically go back to like news footage of the thuds and stuff like that in the background, I could experience the anxiety of looking over the edge of a balcony
and them having to make that choice.
And them having to make that choice to do that, and that it just it's awful.
Even though it was really awful.
It was really awful
to watch that footage.
On
September 11th.
September 11th.
Some people had to jump to their death.
Some people had to make the choice to jump to their death.
And I could feel the same anxiety.
And I could feel the same anxiety
that they probably would have felt.
Regardless of that.
I love and accept myself. Fully and completely. I can give my body permission.
I can give my
mind permission. To let this fear go. This awful feeling. They had to jump. That must have been awful for them. Just imagine their anxiety. I don't think I could do it.
I think I'd rather take the flames. This awful feeling.
About September 11th. This awful feeling. Those people had to jump. This awful feeling. Those people had to jump.
Those people had to jump.
Floor to ceiling eye roll. Keep tapping the back of your head. This awful feeling.
This awful feeling.
Those people had to jump.
Those people had to jump.
That's so much anxiety for them.
So much anxiety for
I don't
them.
think I could do it.
I don't think I could do it.
This awful feeling.
This awful feeling.
This awful feeling I get
This awful feeling I get.
when I think about those people
When I think about those people.
on September 11th
On September 11th.
who had to fall to their death.
Had to fall for their death.
They had to fall to their death.
They had to fall to their death.
It's so awful.
So awful.
I don't think I could do that.
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 I'd have to choose the flames instead.
I have to choose the flames instead.
And I love and accept myself anyway.
I love and accept myself anyway.
Deep full breath in. And go back to the image of the footage from September 11th and the people jumping.
I give myself the choice. If I was in that situation, like I said, I'd choose the flames or the smoke or something, rather than jumping, and that almost relieves my anxiety because that's the route that I would take. But then I think about the balcony and I think, okay, well, I don't have any flames below me, and it's just the balcony, and then it just goes back to really the only thing that could cause any anxiety is if someone was out there, like with me, that I didn't trust.
You didn't trust?
I didn't trust.
Do you have many people in your life that you don't trust that are in the balcony with you? Like
no.
some of your friends or your sister who would be pretending to...
I know that my sister wouldn't do that, and I know that she wouldn't do that. Like, when I think about it, I know that she wouldn't do that, or my wife wouldn't do that, or I really don't think my friends would do that. I'd be a little bit worried about like them joking and then maybe me losing my balance and then an accident happening in the joke.
Even though I still have this remaining fear.
I still have this remaining fear.
That some people that I trust.
That some people that I trust.
Could be joking. About falling over the balcony.
About pushing or falling off the balcony, yeah.
But regardless of that.
I
love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Fully and completely.
Fully and completely.
Even though I have this fear.
That
my loved ones and friends. Might joke about falling off the balcony. Or pushing me off the balcony. And then an accident could happen. And someone really could fall to their death. So it's not a place to be joking. It is not a place to be joking. Regardless of that. I love and accept myself. Fully and completely. I give my body permission.
I give my
mind permission. To let this fear go. Even though it doesn't feel safe to do that. Deep full breath in. This fear. What if someone's joking? And they're just trying to be funny. But someone could really get hurt. Someone could fall to their death. It is not a place to be joking. It is not a place to be joking. It's not funny. Someone could really get hurt. And that person could be me. That could be me falling to my death.
I don't want to do that.
I do not want to do that.
I don't want to.
I do not want to be part of that joke. Keep tapping the back of your hand. I do not want to be part of that joke. It is not a place to be joking. Stop joking. Good. Stop joking. What if something goes wrong? And there's an accident. Under the eye. What if something goes wrong? And there's an accident. That could involve me. Do not want to fall to my death. I'm not ready for that.
I am not ready for that.
I probably never will be. So maybe it's okay. To just go onto that balcony. And enjoy the view. And trust and know. That my family and friends. Would never do that to me. They'd never let that happen to me. Beautiful breath in. Out. And just go back to the idea of being out there with friends and family. And someone might be joking around, ha ha, funny, and an accident could happen and someone could fall to their death. Can you give me a number of anxious or fear when you think of that?
You know, when I keep it in the context of my friends, family, and loved ones, I could just picture us all kind of relaxing on a balcony, like suddenly. But it's funny because there's a part of me that just like, well, you put Big Louie Mobster out there or something like that, and like I said, you know, then it's like it's almost like I want to think of the situation that could be dangerous, because then what happens is then I don't put myself out there in the first place, but then maybe I'm denying myself of, like you said, and enjoying the view or looking out. And I'm okay with enjoying the view of just looking through a window, but I understand too, like when I've been by myself on a balcony and not necessarily next to a ledge, it's nice to look out and then have the vantage point that you don't get every day. But
there's still a little bit of fear though, because anybody, not necessarily friends or loved ones, but they wouldn't do that.
No, and looking out and up is okay, but again, it's like you said at the beginning, like when you see the way that the buildings come down, and when you look over the edge and you see the ground that you'd hit, that's
we'll tap on that when we get out there. Let's do, even though I still have some of this remaining fear.
I have some of this remaining fear.
That anybody could really come and push me off that balcony.
That anybody could really come along and push me off that balcony.
I don't think my friends and family would do that.
I don't think my friends and family would do that.
But you never know who could show up.
But you never know who could show up. Big Louie could show up.
Big Louie Mobster could show up.
Yeah.
Regardless of that.
I
love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Fully and completely.
Fully and completely.
I choose to trust.
I choose to trust.
That balcony.
That balcony.
Could be safe.
That balcony could be safe.
Regardless of who shows up.
There you go. Regardless of who shows up.
Good. And that it's safe to let this fear go.
And that it's safe to let this fear go.
So that I can indulge. In wonderful experiences. That might happen on a balcony.
That might happen on a balcony.
And this remaining fear.
You
never know. Anybody could come and push me.
I
don't think my friends and family would do that.
I don't think my friends and family would do that.
But you never know. Anybody could do that. You never know. Somebody could show up. That I don't know. And maybe they would push me. Somebody could show up. And maybe they would push me.
Their sole purpose is just show up and push me over the ledge. Yeah.
Does it sound funny now?
It sounds a bit funny, yeah.
That some random person would show up.
Yeah, random person, okay. But I mean, if I owed somebody a bunch of money, and like I said, it was Big Louie and whatever. Yeah.
How do you feel about standing up and opening the door and going on the balcony?
Well, I'm bigger than you, so I think I'm probably okay.
And that your EFT therapist probably isn't going to push you.
Probably not going to push me.
Good.
So, and there's nobody, else here to.
There's nobody else here to do that.
Right now, anyway. So.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make that transition then.
All right.
Okay. So now we're outside of the balcony, which is a huge step.
Yep.
I think that's awesome. Right now we're sitting down, and there's a railing, and it's about 4 feet high. And our anxiety level went back up.
Yeah.
Where are you at now?
I'm okay, but when you asked me that, or said that we would probably be standing up, it's in the thinking of standing up, I know that my balance will change and my legs will get weak and I'll want to crouch low to the ground. And
because you feel safe now. Why is it that you feel safe now?
Well, because the railing is above my head, so like I said,
there's no way we could be thrown over.
No, I don't think you can do that. So,
and your EFT therapist wouldn't do that to you? Okay.
No, but yeah, I mean, it's standing up. Yeah, it doesn't sound like an idea I'm really fond of right at the moment.
What is it that you're why don't you want to stand up? What's going to change for you?
My probability goes up that I could lose my balance, and it's like once the funny thing about the railings, if the railings are high, I'm okay. But like if the railings start to get to a certain point, I mean that's a part of it as well. Of like if it's
waist height.
If it's waist height.
Oh, it's not safe.
Yeah, not safe.
Okay.
So this.
Let's start the karate chop point.
Yeah. I came out here kind of low, so.
We were about a 1 or 2 when you came out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Even though
I
do not like the idea of standing up.
I do not like the idea of standing up.
Because then I'm going to lose my balance.
Because then I could lose my balance.
I could lose my balance and fall over.
I could lose my balance and fall over.
Regardless of that.
Regardless of that.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
I give my body permission.
I give my body permission.
To relax.
To relax.
And begin to feel safe.
And begin to feel safe.
Around the idea.
Around the idea.
Of standing up.
Of standing up.
On this balcony.
On this balcony.
This fear.
This fear.
Don't want to stand up.
I don't want to stand up.
This fear.
This fear.
Don't want to stand up.
I don't want to stand
up. It increases my probability.
It increases my probability.
Of losing my balance.
Of losing my balance.
And falling over the edge.
And falling over the edge.
Side of the thumb. I don't want to stand up.
I don't want to stand up.
I might lose my balance.
I might lose my balance.
And fall over that railing.
And fall over that railing.
This fear.
This fear.
That if I stand up.
That if I stand up.
I might lose my balance.
I might lose my balance.
And fall over that railing.
And fall over that railing.
Back of the hand. Close your eyes. Open. Look down hard to the right. Down hard to the left. Make the biggest circle you can find. Gorgeous. Other direction. Good. And then release. Inside part of the eyebrow. This fear.
This fear.
Out of the side of the eye. This fear.
This fear.
What if I stand up?
What if I stand up?
And lose my balance.
And lose my balance.
I could fall over the edge.
I could fall over the edge.
At that balcony.
Of that balcony.
This fear.
This fear.
Karate chop point together. I could fall off that balcony.
I could fall off that balcony.
If I stand up and lose my balance.
If I stand up and lose my balance.
Maybe I can begin to let that fear go.
Maybe I can begin to let that fear go.
Does it sound funny now?
Well, even though it keeps me safe.
Oh.
I'm safe down here.
I'm safe down here.
So what's the point of standing up?
Oh.
I can see right now.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's enough.
Can you give me a number on a scale of 1 to 10? How much anxiety you have about standing up to look over the edge?
It was I was gonna say 6, but then as soon as I thought about it, like leaning up and forward, it went up to a 7.
Okay, we're still at a 7.
Yeah.
Start the sore spot for me. Even though
I
do not want to let go of this fear.
I do not want to let go of this fear.
It's what keeps me safe.
It's what keeps me safe.
And it's fine just to stay right where I am.
It's fine.
I do not need to stand up.
My life is fine without having to stand up and look over a balcony.
Good. Regardless of that.
Regardless of that.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
I'm willing to consider.
Letting
go of this fear.
Letting go of this fear.
Inside part of the eyebrow. Don't want to let go of this fear.
Don't want to let go of this fear.
It's what keeps me safe.
It's what keeps me safe.
Why would I let go of it?
Why would I let go of it?
Keeps me safe.
Keeps me safe.
I'm fine right where I am.
I'm fine right where I am.
You can't make me let go of this fear.
You can't make me let go of this fear.
Under the arm. You can't make me let go of this fear.
You can't make me let go of this fear.
Side of the thumb, and I don't want to let go of this fear.
And I don't want to let go of this fear.
It's what keeps me safe.
It's what keeps me safe.
Isn't it? It's what keeps me safe.
You're tricky.
Isn't that what keeps me safe?
Isn't that what keeps me safe?
Holding on to that fear? Inside part of the eyebrow, maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it isn't.
Maybe it isn't.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it isn't.
Maybe it isn't.
Oh, that fear, it keeps me safe.
That fear keeps me safe.
I am not letting go of that.
I am not letting go of that.
You can't make me.
You can't make me.
That's what keeps me safe.
That's what keeps me safe.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it isn't.
Maybe it isn't.
Maybe it's safe to stand up.
Maybe it's safe to stand up.
Because other people stand up on the balcony.
Because other people stand up on the balcony.
Deep full breath in. And now.
I could hang onto the railing for dear life. I could get up to that point, and
I could stand up and hang onto the railing.
Yeah, I could hang onto the railing.
Good. Do you want to do that?
Do I want to?
What do you think about doing that? Are you ready to try?
Yeah.
You can look out, right? Because you mentioned before when we were inside that it was okay as long as you looked out.
Yeah.
So we won't look down.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I just want you to sit right where you are.
Sit right where I am.
Okay. Oh, it's funny the tendency just to want to look down.
Okay. Can I stand up with you?
Yeah.
Or you want to sit down again? You can sit down.
When you said that, I wanted to sit down.
Okay, you can sit down again if you want. Or I can stay here, and you can stay there.
You can stay there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the fear is that I might push you.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tap with your right hand still?
No, I can't, because...
Do you want me to tap for you?
I don't know.
Here, give me your hand. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
It's in front of the eyebrow. This one.
I don't know if when I'm leaning back and I still have it hang on that, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to tap for you.
I know, but I'd have to give you my hand, and that's increasing my probability.
That I might throw you.
You might help my arm get over. Okay.
Remaining fear.
Remaining fear.
Just remaining fear.
It's remaining fear.
I do not want to let it go.
I do not want to let it go.
Feel safe just where I am.
Feel safe just where I am.
Nice and close to the ground.
Nice and close to the ground.
Sitting here in this chair.
Sitting here in this chair.
This fear standing up.
This fear standing up.
Under the arm. This fear standing up.
This fear standing up.
This fear standing up.
This fear standing up.
Top of that. But maybe I can just hold on to that railing.
Maybe I can just hang on to that railing.
Deep full breath in. Was it that when you were standing, you don't think you could tap at the same time?
No.
Okay.
No. Because my security was hanging onto the railing.
You only had one hand on the railing though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was good. It was a death grip. Or a life grip, maybe.
Okay.
No, I think it's the progression. It's the just getting the confidence, and then it's kind of going up a little bit, coming back to base camp, going up a little bit more.
Back to base camp.
Safe.
Mm-hmm.
Safe in base camp. But I want to be able to try to stand up. It's just, honestly, the back, what we talked about
Yeah,
with the
your
back,
tension
it just
in your
feels
back.
like someone's grabbed my back and this, get back down here.
Even though
okay.
I get this pulling sensation in my back.
I get this pulling sensation in my back.
I love and accept
I
myself.
love and accept myself.
Fully and completely.
Fully and completely.
I just want to sit right back down.
I just want to sit right back down.
And sit with all this fear.
Sit with all the fear.
Regardless of that.
Regardless of that.
Maybe it's safe
Maybe it's safe
to let that fear go.
to let that fear go.
To relax and enjoy the view.
To relax and enjoy the view.
Inside part of the eyebrow, this remaining fear.
Yeah.
There's tension in my back.
Tension in my back.
Pulling me back to the chair.
Pulling me back to the chair.
With tension in my back.
Tension in my back.
Pulling me back to the chair.
Pulling me back to the chair.
There's tension in my back.
Tension in my back.
Side of the thumb, pulling me back to the chair.
Pulling me back to the chair.
There's tension in my back.
Tension in my back.
Pulling me back to the chair.
Pulling me back to the chair.
Just want to sit right back down.
Sit right back down.
There's tension in my back.
Tension in my back.
Maybe I can begin to let that go.
Maybe I can begin to let that go.
Maybe it's safe to let that go.
Maybe it's safe to let that go.
Can you check in with that tension in your back?
Yeah, and you're gonna stay right there.
I'm going to stay here.
Yeah. Oh, there's the 2 hands up.
Can you give me a number on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably like a 6.
In terms of anxiety that you feel or
Yeah.
fear?
Yeah. But I feel like I'm. It's
You're doing great.
No, it's that feeling of like just kind of losing the balance. It's just like the more I'm.
The more longer you did with no hands.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's better.
But it's like you feel like you're gonna lose your balance.
Yeah, it's funny because it's just.
Like a pulling sensation?
Yeah, it's a pushing and a pulling sensation. Even though
I get this pulling sensation.
I get this pulling
I
sensation.
feel like I'm being pulled off balance.
I feel like I'm being pulled off balance.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Fully and completely.
Fully and completely.
I give my body permission
I give my body permission
to feel solid
to feel solid
and steady
and steady
and grounded.
and grounded.
Inside part of the eyebrow, this pulling sensation,
This pulling sensation.
pulling me off balance.
Pulling me off balance.
Pulling sensation,
Pulling sensation.
pulling me off balance.
Pulling me off balance.
This pulling sensation.
Pulling sensation.
Like I'm gonna be pulled off balance.
Like I'm gonna be pulled off balance.
Pull me right over that railing.
Right over the railing.
This pulling sensation I get.
This pulling sensation.
Like I'm gonna be pulled over the railing.
Like I'm gonna be pulled over the railing.
I can let it go.
I can let it go.
One breath at a time.
One breath at a time.
Know that it's safe to relax.
Know that it's safe to relax.
Let my body feel grounded and
Let my body feel grounded,
solid and stable.
solid and stable.
I'll sit here.
See what it is.
can sit down at any time if you want.
Yeah, it's just the legs feel a little bit more stable.
Huh. Is there any remaining balance, pulling?
Well, there's a natural tendency to want to lean
Back.
Like it's not like...
Okay.
Because like I said, it's like...
Do your legs feel jello or knees feel weak or any of that?
No, I'm okay. It's better now.
What's left? Can you tap while you're there or no?
I don't know.
Still leaning back.
Well, yeah, I know. It's like I want to stay low.
You want to stay low?
Yeah, I want to stay low. This balcony,
Can we tap on even though I want to stay low?
Sure.
Okay, even though I want to stay low?
Even though I want to stay low.
I love and accept myself.
Love and accept myself.
Give my body permission.
Give my body permission.
To feel safe and stable and strong.
To feel safe and stable and strong.
I want to stay low to the ground.
Stay low to the
I
ground.
want to stay low to the ground.
Stay low to the ground.
Maybe it's okay.
Maybe it's okay.
Feel safe.
Feel safe.
Under the nose. And stable and strong.
Feel stable and strong.
Chin point. This remaining feeling.
This remaining feeling.
That I want to get low to the ground.
That I want to get low to the ground.
Under the arm because it's safer that way.
It's safer that way.
Just want to lean back feeling.
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 Middle finger, just want to lean back. Pinky finger, just want to lean back.
Just want to lean back.
Karate chop, maybe it's okay.
Maybe it's okay.
You feel safe and stable and strong.
Stable and strong.
Top of the head, maybe it's okay.
It's okay.
You feel safe and stable and strong.
Feel safe and stable and strong. Back's loosening up a little bit.
That's good. How do you feel about if I stood up beside you?
I don't know. Let's try.
Okay. What would you prefer? Did I hold onto the railing as I do it? Is there a way that you prefer that I do it?
Yeah, I mean, I think if your hands are on the railing, then I know where they are.
Okay. Because I have the potential to push you, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. That's right.
Even though she could push me? Can I tap on you or no? You don't want me to touch you?
No.
Okay. Even though she could push me?
Even though she could push me.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
I give myself permission.
I give myself permission.
To trust.
To trust.
Even though
she
could push me.
She could push me.
Anybody could push me.
Anybody could push me.
You never know what could happen.
You never know what could happen.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
I give myself permission to trust.
I give myself permission to trust. You're leaning on the railings.
Do you want me to stop?
Yeah.
In front of the eyebrow. Anybody could push me.
Anybody could push me.
Outside, she could push me.
Push me.
Outside, under the eye, she could push me.
She could push me.
She could push me.
She could push me.
This fear.
This fear.
She might push me.
She might push me.
This fear. Anybody could push me.
Anybody could push me.
Can't trust them.
Can't trust them.
Maybe I can.
Maybe I can.
No, I can't.
No, I can't.
Don't trust them.
Don't trust them.
Maybe I can.
Maybe I can.
No way.
No way.
I am not trusting anybody.
No way.
I'm not trusting anybody.
I'm not trusting anybody.
Anybody could push me.
Anybody could push me.
No, they wouldn't do that.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Maybe they would.
Maybe they would.
No, they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't.
Maybe it's okay to trust.
Maybe it's okay to trust.
Maybe it's okay to trust.
It's okay to trust.
Maybe it's okay to trust. And to feel safe and stable and strong.
Feel safe and stable and strong.
This is leaps and bounds for you, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I don't feel the pull as much.
The pull in your back.
Yeah.
Is there still some there?
No, there's not.
Nothing. That pull to like, oh, I have to sit down.
It's not a pull back. It's more of a just like
pull down.
Just stay low. You know. But
is there a little bit left?
I just need to get my bearings of where everything is.
Yeah.
That looks really hard though down there.
Even though that surface looks really hard.
Even though that surface looks
I
really
have
hard.
a little bit of this fear left.
I have a little bit of This fear left.
This fear of dying.
This fear of dying.
Because that would really hurt.
Because that would really hurt.
There's a concrete slab down there.
It's a concrete slab.
Regardless of that.
Regardless of that.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Give myself permission to relax.
Give myself permission to relax.
One breath at a time.
One breath at a time.
Feel safe and stable and strong.
Feel safe and stable and strong.
Feel good about standing tall.
Feel good about standing tall.
This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
This remaining fear of dying.
This remaining fear of dying.
That concrete slab.
That concrete slab.
This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
Hitting that concrete slab.
Hitting that concrete
This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
That would really hurt.
That would really hurt.
I am not ready for that.
I'm not ready for that.
That would really hurt.
That would really hurt.
I'm not ready for that.
I'm not ready for that.
But I'm perfectly safe where I am.
Perfectly safe where I am.
I can just stay here.
I can just stay here.
On this side of the balcony.
On this side of the balcony.
Because everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine right here on the balcony.
Everything's fine right here on the balcony.
Deep full breath in. You looked over a railing.
I know.
What do you think about that?
That doesn't happen every day.
No. When was the last time you looked over a railing and felt okay?
I think when I was on the 3rd floor of another apartment building, I had a railing.
How many years ago was that?
Probably about 5 or 6.
5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
We're on the 8th floor though.
Yeah.
It's a bit higher than the 3rd.
It's not so bad. I feel like my body getting more at ease with being up here.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? Let's do 1 or 2 more rounds.
Okay.
And then we'll let you decide whether or not you want to stay here or go back inside. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's I can get the benefit of being out here quickly, and then it's like, okay, now let's go back inside. So it's not like I need to stand out here.
Yeah, it's a nice day and it's a great view. And
Yeah.
Any remaining feelings, sensations in the body?
I'm much more relaxed. Like it's not.
And this is all permanent, by the way. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You might never have to feel that again. We want to get all the aspects, all the different sensations that come up, because if we can clear all the aspects, then the fear never actually comes back.
Yeah. Well, I think we really touched upon it when we talked about that. Getting comfortable with the fact that trust is a big issue with who I'm on the railing with, right?
So do you prefer if I'm on the railing or if I'm off? Does that make a difference? If I lean or...
It feels pretty stable, so I mean, I'm not really worried about you, like, pushing it or anything like that. So
Right.
It's fine if it was rickety or something like that, or...
Oh.
Well, I mean...
Yes, I think most people wouldn't want to do this to a rickety...
Yeah.
Any remaining fear?
You're not moving. When you just did that, just like 3 seconds ago, I went like that. But I mean, it's...
Even though I still have a little bit of this fear left.
I still have a little bit of this fear
I don't
left.
like when other people move really quick.
I don't like it when other people move really quick.
I don't know if they're moving towards me.
Because I don't know if they're moving towards me.
Even if they're joking.
Even if they're
They
joking.
could still throw me over that railing.
They could still throw me over the railing.
Regardless of that,
Regardless of that,
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
I give my body and mind permission
Give my body and mind permission
to feel safe around others.
to feel safe around others.
To trust them.
To trust them.
Even if they move quickly,
Even if they move quickly.
chances are pretty good.
Chances are pretty good.
They're not coming to throw me over the balcony.
They're not coming to throw me off the balcony.
Good, this remaining fear.
It's remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
It's remaining fear.
Don't move quick.
Don't move quick.
Don't move quick.
Don't move quick.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know if you're coming to me.
I don't know if you're coming to me.
You might throw me off the balcony.
You might throw me off the balcony.
This remaining fear.
It's remaining fear.
Don't move quick.
Don't move
I
quick.
don't like that feeling.
I don't like that feeling.
I don't like that feeling.
I don't like that feeling.
But I'm going to trust
But I'm going to trust
that you're not coming at me
that you're not coming at me
to push me over, or push me or throw me over the balcony.
to push me or throw me over the balcony.
Big full breath.
You wouldn't do that, right?
That
Alright.
does not make sense when you say it now.
Well, when you say it, it goes like,
them.
Come on, that's silly. You're not going to do that. So.
And that's what we call the apex effect. Like, you could say it and it really makes sense for you, and I honor that. And after a couple of rounds of EFT, it's like, well, it doesn't really make sense. I don't think she would do that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Doesn't make sense. A little bit of jump there.
What was that? What comes up for you? Because I turned to face, because I looked down?
Well, then you could go. And then, the funny thing is I think my natural tendency would be to try to save you. And then in trying to save you, I might risk myself going with you.
Even though I get really nervous.
When other
people look over the edge. Because if they go over the edge, I'm going to have to save them.
I'm going to have to reach for them.
And then I could go over.
And I could trip or lose my balance, and I could go over.
This remaining fear.
What
What if she looks over?
What if she
falls over?
What if
anybody falls over? Then I'm going to have to...
Then I'm going to have to try to reach for them instinctively.
Instinctively I would reach for them.
Yeah.
And then I might go over with them.
And then we're both going over.
Under the arm, and then I'm going to hit that concrete slab.
I'm going to hit that concrete slab.
And that feels really real for me.
But I'm going to see
if I can let that go. And trust that she's pretty good. At feeling strong and stable. And that chance she's not going to jump either.
Chances are
pretty good she's going to stay where she is.
Chances are pretty good she's going to stay where she is.
There's a lot of different aspects to it, eh?
Yeah.
So it's good to have someone. I'm proud of you. That's a big step.
Good, yeah. You have no idea.
Awesome.
Good.
Right, well, I think we're going to let you be free to go. Choose whatever it is that you'd like to do. Awesome. Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you.